All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today, I have a good one for you today. We are building 50 apps in 50 days, and today is day one. What are we building today? You might be wondering. Today, we are going to be building, the app name is still in context, but I call it Vlog now, and it's basically a journal, but in a video format. Um, hopefully, but in a video format. So why are we building a journal that is in a video format? You would ask. I this idea came to me because I jam between apps, right? I use the Notes Apple Notes app a lot, and what I do is I go on the Notes app and I just ramble. I just rant whatever story I'm thinking about, whatever is in my head. I just put it out there, and sometimes I take that information. It's all over the place, and I'll go to say ChatGPT and ask it to structure it in a way that makes sense. Okay, in a way that when I narrate it or I want to send it out as a newsletter, it comes out in a structured, cohesive way. Sometimes we ramble and people find it difficult to follow. And it's just a way to structure my thoughts really well. If I'm trying to say a story, it just gives me a better way to tell the story, right? So, so this is a problem I'm facing. So I'm like, okay, what if there's an app where you can just go and just video journal, not just speak or it's in a video format. It records yourself, so you can also practice to be on the camera more. Okay, which is very valuable in this day and age when it comes to social media. Okay, you want to be able to you want to be able to present yourself on video and be comfortable speaking on camera. Okay, so that is the reason why it's not just a normal journal, it's a video journal. And I've also realized creators out there are having a tough time coming out with ideas, writing them down is the hard part. Talking it might be easy, but we need an app that bridges the gap, right? Um, instead of some people don't want to write the ideas down or want to really write, but they can really express themselves, even if when no one is judging, they can express themselves through talking, right? And even if their thoughts are all over the place, and so this is basically bridging the gap. And someone would say, Nelson, why can't I just use ChatGPT? I can just go there, use the voice feature, and then just talk to ChatGPT and let it come up with these ideas. And by the way, I forgot to mention that when you just ramble, it doesn't just turn them into structured format. It turns them into posts you can share on the internet, on social media, right? You can share them as tweets. You can share them on Reddit. You can share them on Instagram. It will even create an Instagram carousel for you to be able to share, right? So these are thoughts from your head, structured in a way that allows you to be able to share on social media. So that is basically what we are trying to build here. And someone will say, yeah, I can just go to ChatGPT and do the exact same thing, use the voice and just chat to it. Then I would say, yeah, you are correct and you are right. But the difference here is that um, ChatGPT is the jack of all trade, master of none, right? It's a general machine that tries to do everything, right? So you can even go on ChatGPT right now and you can see a list of your conversations that are lost, that you cannot find certain conversations, and you cannot organize ideas in one central place where you can link them later on or um, have the ability to to link different ideas. You cannot even bring a different conversation from a different chat into your present conversation or chat, right? You cannot do that. Um, you currently cannot do that. So basically, this allows you to have all of your conversations organized in one place so you can link them later. You can turn them into different types of social media posts or formats that you can post everywhere. You can edit them, okay? And yeah, I think this is going to help me out a lot, and I'm about to build this out in public. For everybody to, you can basically steal my ideas at this point, and we are building 50 of these. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be sometimes I'm running out of ideas to create. So I'm hoping if you join in this live, if you have some ideas, drop them down below, and we are going to learn together. Okay. So what are we doing? We are going to use Expo. Let me before we go ahead. I'll share my screen and share something really quickly. Okay. So just give me a second. I'll share something um, really quickly. So I'll share my desktop here, and so Um, so what are we trying to build here? It's going to be a mobile app. So we're going to use Expo, React Native, so we can distribute it in both App Store, Apple App Store, and Android, Google Play Store. Okay, so basically the functionality is going to be record a video, rant or talk. Okay, and then upload it to a cloud storage. And I'll be going into that in a second. So upload that into a cloud storage. Um, have AI watch the video and generate full transcript, okay, and timestamps from your Rumble. Um, and then it's going to come out with a catchy title for the video, a custom thumbnail image that embodies what you were discussing within the video, whatever the topic is. It's going to come out with a thumbnail, okay, using Nano Banana, okay, and then it ready to post. Ready to post content that you can share on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Reddit, threads that are your original thoughts. A lot of people, are getting fed up with AI because AI is just producing a lot of AI slop out there. Um, and we want to prevent that, right? We want to tell our own authentic stories, but sometimes you do not know how to structure your own stories in a way that people would easily follow the story, right? Will make people engage, will make people interested. Okay, AI can do that for us. It can present better hooks in the beginning that reels people in, right? So that is what we're trying to build. We want to display all video history in a 9 by 16 grid format with thumbnails, okay, with titles that you can easily come back to. So there's history, okay. We want to view details and copy content to the clipboard. So you can basically click on the video, go to the video, get the transcript, get all types of formats it's translated into that you can copy and use it on other platforms. But in order to make it even much more advanced and much more easier for people to use, we would want the ability to edit and then share right from the application. Okay, so that would be a feature that comes later. So what is the tech stack we use here? It's going to be Expo with React Native for the mobile framework, Convex for the backend. I recently switched from Superbase to Convex just because it's a little bit better and makes your life way easier. And it's because it's just integrated into AI so much easily. So we are going to be using Convex. First time using Convex, so we are going to be learning together. Hopefully, I don't expose anything I'm not supposed to expose here. So we're also going to be using Cloudflare R2, and it's basically a video vault, or it's basically storage. A storage machine where we will be storing larger files. Okay, so videos are large files, and you just don't want to save them in your database, right? You want a much more bigger bucket or bigger storage space where these can be stored and then be retrieved. And then references can be kept in your database and then be retrieved as you need them. Okay, so we're going to be using Cloudflare R2 for this, and then Google Gemini as our AI model that is basically going to analyze the video we record and take the key insights out of it and then use that to formulate or structure our ideas in ways that we are able to basically share them on social media. Um, if you just join in the live stream, you can say hello, you can say hi, you can give any suggestions. If there's anything that is, that you do not understand, you can ask your questions in the comments and I'll be glad to explain. So this is basically the app flow or the architecture. So Expo app for the React Native, Convex for the backend, Cloudflare R2 for the video storage, and then Google Gemini for the AI processing. So the user comes, record the video gets uploaded to R2, Convex schedules a Gemini process behind the scene, Gemini transcribes, okay, and generate content based on the video. And the thumbnail is also generated in the same way. Everything gets saved into R2. Results are or references are stored in the database, and then it comes back displayed in a great format for you to be able to, go back later, okay, to retrieve and to use. So this is exactly what we are going to be building, and we're going to be using anti-gravity for this. And I moved away from Kesa because anti-gravity is just so much better. So I'm firing up anti-gravity here. I'm just going to expand this a bit, and we are going to be using Claude Code. I know Claude Code, you have to, if you are looking for a cheaper AI model to build your application, anti-gravity is definitely cheaper. It uses Gemini and it's able to do a fantastic job. What I like about it is UI designs. It's able to do a fantastic job when it comes to UI. But when it comes to complex applications, that is where it falls short a little bit. So this is going to be kind of a complex application. So I do not want to use Gemini for this. I would maybe use it for certain tasks. Like sometimes I use it for the UI just because it's just better at making UI. But we're going to be using Claude Code, sorry, in the terminal, and don't get intimidated. You can sign up for Claude Code. It's a $20 a month, but it's worth it. It's able to build a lot of complex applications. There's nothing I throw at Claude Code that it doesn't come out on top. So it's not just hype. There's a reason for it, and you are going to see that in a second when we start building this out. You are going to see how it's able to tackle a lot of complex processes that we run into. Um, just so I don't lose everybody, I'm just going to move this along quickly. So I'm going to fire my terminal, and using Claude Code is really easy. Just go, review the documentations, and you should be able to find a ton of documentation out there that lets you essentially use Claude Code for your development. So I open up the terminal, I have Claude Code installed, and I'm going to press enter, type Claude Code and press enter. And then now it's going to enter into Claude Code. And now what I want to do is I want to plan this out a bit. So I'm just going to give it this document. I'm just actually going to say, can you review this document that has the details of an application I'm trying to build? It includes user flow and everything. Study it, come out with a plan so we can implement it. Okay. And I'm just going to leave that there and then paste my text here. And this is just a breakdown of the application. I did a bit of research just to gather information for this video. I'll probably share this if someone is interested, or probably include that in the GitHub repo and leave it publicly for people to access. But I'm just going to press enter, and we're just going to wait. um, this is going to use Expo as well, so you would need to install Expo on your computer. And but basically, what Expo does is Expo is going to is going to be able to allow you to build in React Native and distribute to different platforms. So you are able to distribute to you basically are able to distribute to App Store and then Google Play. So one bed kills what do you call it? What did you say? One stone kill two birds at the same time. So basically, it's come and it's going to be able to also give you an iPhone simulator, so you can test. Okay, you can test your application. So it's come out with something, and let's just go through this really quickly. Okay, and this is really okay. This is the document I pasted, and this is what it was able to come up with. Um, so you are building a mobile app that records video runs using AI Gemini to generate transcripts. Yep. Phase one, project foundation, create expo with TypeScript, initialize convex backend, set up Cloudflare, okay, bucket, obtain Google Gemini API key, configure environment variables in convex, okay. Yep. Backend database and storage, define convex schema. Yep. Create out to upload functions. Yep. Build video CRUD operations. Yep. Phase three, processing pipeline, implement Gemini integration. Yep. Handle video transcription. Yep. Title generation, social media content. Yep. Add thumbnail image generation, include error handling and fallback. Okay. Mobile app and UI, home screen. Okay. Recording screen, detail page. Okay. That includes playback. Yep. Polish and error handle, add loading state, processing indicator, implement clipboard copy, and haptic feedback. Yep, handle edge cases. So it looks good. Always make sure you go through the plan before you proceed, to make sure it captured your idea before you proceed. So do you already have account set up for any of these three services? Google Gen. So I do. So I'm gonna say yes. Um, so I do. So um, I'm going to say already. Okay. So let's say already. Do you have an existing Expo project, or should you create a new one? We're going to create a new one. So which phase should we start? Phase one, setup, recommended. Start from beginning with project setup. Skip to backend if project exists. Okay, so let's start with phase one. Submit answers. Yes, let's go. So we're just gonna wait for it to do its thing and get back to us. Sometimes this takes a little bit of time, so we're just gonna be patient and um, just wait. So let's see how this goes. There's no chat, there's no messages. So if you have any questions, if you're watching this live and you have any questions, please leave them. I'm just gonna say, please leave any questions in the chat box if you have any questions, if nothing makes sense, so I can go back and explain. And I'm just gonna send this. Okay. Also gonna send, please like and subscribe if you find this helpful. So okay. Please like and subscribe if you find this helpful. All right. So it looks like it came out with something here, and let's see what it came out with. Let's see. So um, uh, so this is the project overview. Ready to code. Here's the Claude's plan. Build a mobile app that records video. Yep. Phase one, project setup, create expo project. Yep. Um, install dependencies. Yep. And then we are going to need these API keys, which I'm going to be showing you in a second. And I will try my best not to expose anything I'm not supposed to expose. So people don't go steal my stuff. Or I'll just create them and right after just go delete them. It's probably what I'm gonna do. So anything I expose, I'll probably just delete them so you cannot use them. So phase two, backend database storage. And then this is the schema of the table. That looks good. Just go through and make sure social post, which is an object. Okay, error messages, create that. Okay, that looks good. Create an upload function. Yeah, those looks good. AI processing pipeline, create Gemini integration, main processing action, download video from. Yep. That looks good so far to me. Home screen, recording screen, video detail page. Okay. Polish and error handling. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Um, yes. So I'm just gonna press enter and let it rip or let it do its thing. Um, okay. I'm just checking my messages here, just so if I have a friend watching or something and said, Nelson, get offline. And you're messing up online. Get off so that I can get off. But um, that is not happening. So we are in good shape. If you can hear me, please give a thumbs up in the chat. But here's where we are at. Do you want to proceed? And oh man, one thing I forgot. Okay, CD documents, create expo app. So this is going to create this in the documents folder. One thing I forgot to do was to uh, okay, okay. So this is good. It's going to create this in the documents folder with the name Vlognal. So the name of the application is called Vlognal, and it's basically a video uh, a video journal application that allows you to journal, but in a video format. Instead of just writing, you just, go. It helps you practice to speak on camera, so you can eventually post these on social media. And I was thinking about a feature where AI will eventually edit the video for you. So as you record the video on your phone, behind the scene, AI will just edit it for you that you can just post on social media. So that is a feature I'm thinking about. Don't steal it. It's a feature I'm thinking about implementing. Okay, so we are possibly going to implement that. We are possibly going to implement that into the application. So yeah, I'm satisfied with everything. I'm just going to hit yes to proceed. So it's going to create this project in the documents folder under the name Vlog Now. Okay, and I probably should open it in a second here. Once it's done, creating, I'm going to open the folder here so we can basically inspect, the files and the file structure. And we are probably not going to be going to see any code. Like that is the thing. Like apart from my 9 to 5, where you really my 9 to 5, I'm a software engineer by day, by the way, and we use AI at work. Okay, so um, it's going to install some dependencies, AWS SDK and everything, and AWS and all these SDKs are coming from Cloudflare, by the way, which uses AWS in the background, but it has this fantastic technology where it allows you to upload videos at fraction of the cost. So it gives you 10 gigabyte of storage for free initially, and then as your app grows and your videos files go beyond 10 gigabyte, you begin to pay. Okay, so it's a great way for beginners to test out your application and put it out there in the App Store. And then eventually, when you start getting users and everybody's using your app and recording videos and everything, and then your app is growing, then that is why there's a lot of paywalls when it comes to apps, right? Because they take the payment and then go and then pay for these services behind the scene, these APIs they cost. Okay, so I'm just going to say yes here. So as I was saying, in my 9 to 5, we use AI, but you still have to review what AI writes. It's like having AI as a junior developer and then it writes the code and then you have to review it because it makes mistakes. Um, so that is basically I'm just gonna say yes. Yeah, that is basically how we use AI. But when I'm building personal projects, I do not. I barely look at code because Cloud Code is just so good. I barely look at my code. Um, so okay, so convex in it. So it's just gonna initialize convex, which is our backend. And over here, I'm just gonna open that folder, um, which is in the documents. Oh no 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 no! I just messed up. Um, I'm actually looking for this folder, so I'm actually in the wrong place. So I'm just gonna go back and say open folder. And by the way, Cloud Code is still working in the background. That is the amazing thing about. So I'm just gonna open this, okay, and go back to the terminal, and then summon Claude, and then proceed, and then I think I can resume from where I left off. Okay, so I'm able to resume from where I left off. So it's just reading through all the conversations. Okay, okay. So we're able to resume where we left off. I opened the folder, and the thing about VS Code is once you open the folder, you lose the previous session. So, but that means Cloud Code that was working, still working in the background, we lost that as well. But with dash dash resume, once you get into Cloud Code, um, you're able to get back on track. So I just run this command, and this is what we get: React Native, okay, export TypeScript enabled, downloaded, added, and committed. Okay, current state, basic boilerplate. Would you like to work on next? Okay, so oh man, I think we may have lost the implementation plan. We should have had that in the document. Um, so I'm just going to give it back our implementation plan. Uh, I don't know where it left it. So just give me a second. So I'm just going to tell it. I'm just going to tell it. Here is my implementation plan that we use to get to this point. Can you come up, or if you are unable to retrieve the previous implementation plan, can you come out with a new implementation plan following this document and store uh, within this directory, so we can always come back to it and not lose our work? And I'm just going to leave this here and then paste paste the implementation plan and let it do its thing. It's probably going to come up with a new plan, or it's probably going to be able to retrieve um, the original implementation plan that we reviewed earlier. You know, it's almost like doing double work. But I should have known this. I should have created a folder so that Cloud Code knows to work within that folder. The thing is, once um, you know, okay, okay. So this is the implementation plan. Yes, I'm just gonna say yes. Document. So it's going to create an implementation plan document that we can always reference. And I'm just going to open that here. Okay. Um, like I was saying, it's always better to create a folder first and let Cloud Code work within that folder. But if you just, let it start and then create the documentations and stuff like that, once you try to open the folder, it's going to start a different session and you are going to lose a lot of your work. So Okay. Yes. No, 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 no. Yes. So we are kind of going backward a little bit, but this is necessary so that we can move forward properly. Okay. So this is the stage we're at initializing convex before we lost track. Okay. So you know, I'm just gonna press the tab key and yeah, let it continue to work. But I see there's a question. So someone asked, is it expensive to use Claude Code? What is your monthly AI cost? So it depends on what you would consider. Just 1 second. We are making a directory app video. Okay, so yes. So it's $20 a month. So, depending on if you're a student, that can be costly or not. But I believe the benefits you get out of it is just, it's better. But you don't have to if you don't have $20, you don't have to pay the $20. I think Cloud Code has an option now where you can directly communicate with the API and it will charge you as you use it. So if you do not want to maybe be committed to a subscription plan, that might be a better option. When you first install Cloud Code, it gives you the option to either use an API key, and if you just want to test out Cloud Code and learn, maybe build some simple apps and not use it as much or test it before you commit, that is a great option. You can use the API and then it's just going to use API tokens. You can just maybe put $10 in there, and then once you run out, and if you want to maybe build some more applications, then maybe it's basically pay as you go. And it's better for those that maybe you know do not see maybe a reason to justify the what do you call it, the $20 a month. Sometimes you can have these subscriptions and you probably never come back to Cloud Code for a while, and it's just there billing you every month. So I would say that's a great option. Let me know if I answered your question or if you have a follow-up question. So as to cost, it's relative, $20 a month. So it allows you to use it up to a certain extent. And $20, I pay for the $20 a month. And it's been great for any application that I'm working with. Uh they are kind of generous with the $20 because they have their um they have their 200 their 100 and then $200 price tiers as well. That just allows you to um, use that just allows you to use the API unlimited. So I'm just gonna say yes and allow edits, okay? Because most of the time it's able to do a great job. So I don't want to review everything. I just wanted to, you know, um, do everything it's supposed to do, and then we review later. So as I was saying, um, yeah. So the 20, even with the 20 per month price tier, they are pretty generous, because sometimes when I'm, building an application and I can run out of tokens, the $20 tokens. But what they do is they'll slow you down and then give you time limits. So if you run out, you can only you have to wait basically a couple of hours before you can, use it again. You can use Cloud Code again. Um, and $20 a month has been working great for me. So yeah, hopefully hopefully that answers your question. So I pay for the $20 a month, subscription, but recently Claude came out with Cowork, and I wanted to test it out. And my previous video was based on that. So I paid $100, but I reverted back to the $20 a month. I just wanted to test it out because that is just I like to test out tools. Because that's what I like to do. I like to test it out, and then see if there's any education here or there's anything here I can learn, and then share that. Um, yeah, but if you have a complex application you want to build, you definitely want to, you know, cloud code is where you want to, you know, cloud code is where it's just miles ahead of. Don't sleep on Gemini as well. Gemini is, you know, yeah, yeah. You're on the right path. Yeah, you switch to Claude Code. Yeah, that is, using Claude Code with anti-gravity free plan is the best you can do instead of using Kesa. I've used Kesa before, and they do a lot of things behind the scene to keep costs low, and it's almost like they put synthetic sugar in Kesa with what it's able to do, especially when it comes to UI. But I think recently with the latest version of Gemini, oh man, I think Gemini is able to do so much when it comes to UI that, yeah, Cloud Code just sorry, I mean Kesa doesn't justify the price. So here is where we are at the moment. So configuration updates. This is what is created for our backends. These are the files that created, and these are within the app file. We have the ID, the layout. So okay, so this looks good. This is layout. Um, the index.tsx. Um, we have the assets. Okay, so this looks good. Index.tsx, which is our main entry point. We have record, which is the recording screen, and then video ID, where we can retrieve a video detail. Let me see what else. Okay, so these are just changes. So let's see what the next step is. Next step, run the app. Okay, initialize convex. So we need to run this command to initialize convex, and then create that env file, um, and then we need a URL from convex. Okay, and then set environment variables in convex dashboard. So these are the next steps in order to get this app, and then after we do that, we're able to run expo. So essentially, see how you know see how we are able to. And now I won't be surprised if we run this application and it got everything on point. So let's run the first command. Okay. Um, okay. So it's asking whether to create. Um, oh, yeah. Instead of running it, let's just let Claude, because it's asking if we want to create a new project, which I don't think we need to do. So let Cloud Code continue to do its thing. Um, and the next thing we need to do is we need to find the the convex public URL. But what I'm going to do is okay. So the npx convex dev requires interaction authentication. It opens the browser to log in. You will need to run this in the terminal. Okay. Um, okay, so we need to run this. Okay. Um, I'm going to ask it, do we need to create a new project or just say existing project? So I'm just going to ask, So create a new project. This is a fresh app we built. Okay. So I'm just gonna go there into a new terminal tab and then run this command. Um, and then we are creating a new project. So I'm gonna say yes. Project name Vlogmal looks all right. So I'm gonna say yes. Um, oh, we already have a lot of errors here. So these are TypeScript errors. It looks like you are using Node APIs from a file without the use Node directive. Split out actions using Node.js APIs like this into a new file, only containing actions. Um, you know, okay. So I'm just gonna copy this error. Okay. Um, so it was able to create a new project and it's in this dashboard, right? And um, so okay, name name as convex development to oh okay. So it was able to save all of these and okay, so it was able to do all of these for us without us having to do it then. Okay. So we are good here. But I'm going to paste the error here and uh, let Cloud Code fix this. So I'm going to show you what the convex dashboard looks like. Okay, so that is the amazing thing about convex. Okay, it does a lot of the work for you. Um, okay, so this is what it created. It created everything for us without us having to do anything. We can go into the data, and this is where our database is going to live. Um, okay, so this is looking good so far, and we didn't have to do anything. It added a public URL and everything for us. Okay, uh, and I've been using Superbase, and it's one of the most difficult things to set up when it comes to your database backend. So I have added use Node to both. Okay, this tells Convex to run these functions in Node environment. Okay, Convex dev server. Um, okay, that that looks good. Let's go to the next steps. Okay, so if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. So, which speech to text tool did you use? I use Whisperflow. Yeah, Whisperflow is called Whisperflow. Um, so now you need to configure the environment variables. There are two places. Okay, get convex URL. Okay, we already said that. Um, okay, so we already did this. If we go into the environment variable, expo public convex URL, we already that cloud that is already set up. So the next step is we want to create that. Okay. Okay. So the next step is we want to create these environment. We want to create add these environment variables. So the first step is Cloudflare R2, which is going to be um, the storage bucket where we basically save all of our videos that we generate. If you're just joining, we are building um, a video journal application that allows you to basically video your day, journal your thoughts and everything And AI works behind the scene, organizing your thoughts into a cohesive or structured format that you can then use to, post on Twitter, and everywhere. And there's a ton of features involved in this. I'm just oversimplifying things, but there's a ton of features that will be baked into this type of application. Because someone will say, "Oh, I can just go to ChatGPT and just ramble my thoughts, and it would rumble my thoughts, and it would just do the same thing." And I would say, yes, that's true. But the difference here is that um, the difference here is that um, ChatGPT is a one fit general machine. You know, it tries to do everything. So this is just basically focusing to just one thing, and then letting AI do what is best at. Okay, so that is basically that's basically what this is. So I'm just gonna go to Cloudflare. Okay, um, sorry, it's not Cloud, it's Cloudflare R2. Cloudflare R2. Okay, oh man, how do we log into this? Okay, so this is where you want to be at. So I'm just going to log in into my account, and I'm already logged in. And once logged in, what I need to do is to go into storage and database, okay, and go to out to storage overview, and it's going to present the screen, okay. And I already have a project here, but what I can do is to create a bucket, and I'm just going to name it vlog Vlognal, okay, and then create bucket, okay, and then once that is created, um, the next step is to go to your settings, okay, and over here you have a ton of things, okay. You have your S3 API. Let's see what were the things that were what's the things being asked. We need R2 endpoint, okay, R2 bucket name. We need a access keys, R2 access key ID, secret access key, and then we'll come back to Gemini API later on. Okay, so um, I'm just gonna go back to it, and here, uh, we need to do something here. We need to add some sort of read course policy. Um, okay, we need to add some sort of code policy so that we can read and write. Um, but it doesn't look like that suggestion was presented. So I'm just going to ask it: Do we need some sort of course policy to be able to let Cloudflare work as expected? Um, so it's going to give us some sample code that we can first do that step. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code. So basically, this allows us to be able to get from our database, put, post, delete, okay, from from the database. So we need this first. So I'm just going to go here to the course policy, add a policy, and just gonna, or else basically what is going to happen is we will be able to get from our database, but we won't be able to write into our database. So I'm going to save this. So that is the first step. So we're able to get post delete. Okay. The next step is to Um, we want to find our APIs. Okay. Okay. So we want to okay. So we want to find our APIs. So I'm just going to ask her, how do we get these API keys? Okay. Can you tell me how we get these API keys? From Cloudflare, and it look what it interpreted. That isn't what I said, but let's see what it does. Okay, so it says go to how to manage R2 API. Okay, tokens in the sidebar. Token name vlog. Okay, so I'll copy this. Permissions. We select read write. Okay. Um, Okay, so we need to follow these steps in order to. So I'm just gonna go back here, and we need to go to uh, what was the instruction? Um, manage R2 API tokens. This is where we need to go. So manage R2 API tokens. So where is that? Okay, R2. Okay, um, I forgot where this is. Account? Is it an account? Account API tokens. I think this is where it is. Okay. And then we need to create a token. Okay. Create a custom token. I'm gonna say yes. And we are gonna name it the Vlognal app. Okay. And permissions, we need to give it a read permission. Okay. But we also need to give it an edit permission. Okay. And continue the summary. And then here we can create an API key. So once I hit this, it's going to show my API keys. And I don't want to display them on the screen because someone can. I got three people watching right now. I'm going to take this off screen, but because I don't want to expose anything I'm not supposed to. So I'm going to create API. Oh, um, I'm going to create API. So the API token was successfully created. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. Okay. So actually, I was in the wrong spot. My fault. I was in the wrong spot. So actually, what we need to do here is what we need to do here is inside of our to object storage, we need to come to manage. Okay. So I'm going to click manage. Um, create an account API token. Okay. And the token name is oh the token name is going to be Vlognal. Okay. I'm going to give it read and write access. Okay. And then create account token. But what I'm going to do is I don't want to expose anything I'm not supposed to expose here. So I'm going to take this off screen. Create a token. Okay. So it's sorry. it's going to give you these tokens, okay, which we need to set up in Convex, okay, in the Convex dashboard, okay. So if you remember, if I go back to uh, mm, all right, if you remember, if I go back to Convex, actually, what was the Convex? Okay, let's go back here. Okay, so this is where we need to go. Open. Okay, and this is our Convex dashboard. So over here, um, you can come to settings. Um, actually, data. No. All right, let's just ask. Let's just ask Claude. So okay, copy the credentials. It gives you these credentials, which are the credentials it just provided me, by the way. Um, Once done, we go to Convex dashboard, settings, environment variables. Okay, so I'm going to do this off screen. So basically, if you follow these steps, if you're following along and then you follow these steps, okay, you go to settings, environment variables, and this is where we can add these environment variables. Okay, so over here, I can uh, just give me 1 second. Let me find this. Let me find this page. Okay, so we need a token value. Okay, okay, sorry. We need R2 endpoint. Okay, so this is the first thing we need. Um, R2 endpoint. So R2 access key ID. Um, I can set this. Oh, and I just give my ID. I thought this was going to blur this out, but what I'm going to do is you basically get a point. So I'm going to do this off screen. You can basically do the same thing as well. Um, what else do we need? We need the access key. Okay. So I'm basically saving all of these values, in Convex that are needed. So it gave me these two values, okay? But these other two, not sure where to find them. So I'm just gonna go back to the instructions here. Okay, create a name, choose a location, click create bucket. This gives you the R2 name. So the R2 name, okay, I'm just gonna set that up. And then we need the endpoint, okay? So it gives us the R2 name. And then we need the endpoint. Okay. So I'm finishing up really quickly, setting these up. Okay. Just bear with me. Okay, so R2 endpoint. So the reason why we're doing this is you want to save these in a secure location, and Convex basically handles all of these uh, variables for you. So you basically don't have to store them locally. Like what you usually do is to store them in your .env.local file, but you can basically store them in Convex, and it carries along wherever your application goes, as long as it's connected to Convex. Okay, so that it handles those securely for you. But I'm going to be deleting all of these just so right after this, just so if I accidentally expose any of my keys, um, if I accidentally expose any of my keys, I'll basically, um, I'll basically be able to fix that. Um, all right, so all right, yes, you can. Have a, you know, sleep tight. Okay, appreciate you sharing and asking questions. If you can stay a little bit longer, stay a little bit longer, or come back and watch. Okay, or subscribe. Okay. But we have finished setting these up. Okay, and the next thing is to set up the Gemini API key. Okay, and basically the way that works is um, we're going to go to the Gemini Studio dashboard. Gemini AI Studio. Once you're here, you can go to API keys and then create a new API key. And we're gonna give this a name, Vlognal, okay? And then create key. So now that we can copy, okay? And oh man, um, I forgot. Okay, so this is it. This is the first one, okay? So copy it, go back to um, go back to your Convex dashboard under settings, environment variables, and set that there. You want to set them up in Convex, okay? So I'm basically doing exactly that. Gemini API key, but uh, this is the ID. So I'm just setting this up on the side so I don't accidentally expose these. Okay. So I have set these up. Okay. And then just tell it let's continue with the rest of the project. Everything has been set up. All the values have been set up, so we should be good to go. But actually, it gave us instructions on what to do next. So I'm just going to scroll up a bit. I think once these environment variables are set, we can basically run the application and we should be good. But I think I lost it in the chat, so I'm just gonna let it retrieve that chat again, and then we go from there with the next steps. Um, if you have any questions, please leave them, and I'll be glad to answer them. Okay, so okay. Okay, so these next steps is when we are basically going to fire up Expo, and it's going to open up a simulator. And I'm also going to go on my phone as well. And basically, what should happen is okay, so it's now asking NPX Expo stat. So I'm just going to say yes, um, yes to this, to fire up Expo, or I could have done that in a different terminal, actually. Um, oh man, we are 1 hour in. We've had some roadblocks, but we should be good. So it looks like it started Expo. I'm just gonna tell it, can you stop running the app? I want to run it on a different terminal. So I'm just gonna let it stop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire up a new terminal and so Control C to interrupt. So let it stop running. So basically, I just need to run this command. Okay, so I'm going to run this in a completely different terminal, so I have a bit of control. Okay, so now what I can do is I can open the simulator by pressing I, and it's going to open the iOS simulator or the iPhone simulator. Okay, and look at that. Okay, oh, I don't know why it so it has previous recordings here, which is not supposed to happen. So basically, what is happening is this is connected to a previous database. So I'm going to say, since this is connected to a previous database, can we make sure we are connecting to this database we just set up? Okay. So I can go here, use my um, iPhone camera to point at this right here. Okay. And it's just going to open up Expo. And if you don't have Expo installed on your phone, you can install Expo. Um, and it basically allows you to be able to use the application as Sieve. Um, okay. My current configuration points to deployment. Okay, so let me double check something really quickly here. 7 is 7. Okay, it looks good. Trans- Okay, so we need to go to this URL. Okay. Go to development. Okay. Okay, so check that you're viewing the Vlogmal project. Click data in the sidebar. The videos table should be empty. Okay, that's true. Um, Actually, there's no tables at all. If you see all, so I'm just gonna say there is no videos table at all. It's asking me to create a table, and it currently says there are no tables here yet. So that means we never created or connected to Convex here. It looks like this is conflicting with a previous application. Can you double check? Um, okay. Okay. So the schema is correct. The tables aren't created because we hit those use node errors earlier before the schema could push. Run npx run in your terminal to push the schema. Okay. Okay. So that makes sense. We need to kill this. Okay. So we never restarted this. Um so it looks like there's errors here. So I'm just gonna clear and then uh, run the command again. All right, my fault there. It looks like it just disconnected. So I'm just gonna reshare the screen again. Hey, Mvilla 3055, how's it going? And shout out to Bangladesh. Yeah, shout out to Bangladesh, man. Well, Bangladesh in the building. Um, so to reload the app, you just press R. So I'm just gonna see if these errors are getting reproduced again. Um, so I'm gonna kill this, clear, and start the app again. Yeah, man, I know Bangladesh. I've heard of Bangladesh. I had a coworker that was from Bangladesh. So I'm basically using my phone so we can test this. Okay. So basically, the way you test it is to go uh, to your phone camera application and then scan. I'm basically scanning this QR code here, and it's just gonna uh, open the application, and you can see that the application is open up, so we can test. And if you want to, um, if you want to test on the computer, look at that. Okay, look at that. So no videos yet. I already like how this came out. Okay, we have a beautiful red button here that if you press it, it gives you grant permission. Okay, to ask Apple for permissions. Okay, and I'm just gonna say allow, and then this gives you audio and video permission to be able to basically um, basically record. Okay, so I'm just gonna record. Okay, it has options to flip here, flip the camera. Okay, so it has an option of flip the camera, and I'm just gonna do a basic test. Basically, Hey, this is just testing out, and I want to test out my idea. So I'm building this application that allows you to basically record your thoughts. It's like a journal, but like in video format. And once you're done recording, you end it, and AI in the background organizes your thoughts and gives you some sort of structure or organize it. Basically, you can tell a story, you can tell anything, and organize it for you to be able to post on social media. In the future, we want to be able to let the application edit the video you just recorded, so you can just directly post it on Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever. So here is the test. Let's go. Oh, and we already hitting failure. Okay, so all that talking I just did was for nothing, guys. Please like the video, guys. Please like the video. Yeah, M Villa is asking, what are we making? I just told you what we're making right now. We're making a video journal application that allows you to be able to basically journal. Okay, go to the app, journal, and but in a video format, and AI will transcribe what you just said and post it in a structured format for you to be able to post on social media. Essentially, that is what it does. So we have an error here, and I'm just gonna give it to Cloud Code for the fix. Okay, so we are already looking good here, guys. We already looking good here, and if you can see, if I open it, this is what our application look like. And when you press that red button, it asks you to grant permissions, and then all you got to say is allow, and then audio permissions as well, and then it opens the camera application. Okay, but it's going to be dark here because I'm basically using this camera, so it's not gonna show anything here. But on my iPhone, it actually shows your front-facing camera. So it says fixed. I updated a record to use a new Expo 54 file system API. Okay, so actually, I think the issue was the Expo 54 file API has changed. Okay, so I think that was the issue, and I think we can rerun this and test this again. So I'm just gonna go back to Expo, Expo. Yeah, and then hit R to reload the application, and it's just gonna reload the application. And I'm just gonna hit the red button. Um, oh man, I don't know why. Okay, so I'm just gonna. So I'm building this application where it's a video, it's a journal, but it's in a video format. So essentially, you um, open it up, talk to it, tell your story. It's you know, basically say what you're thinking, say your thoughts, and AI works in the background to organize it for you in a way that is structured that you can post on Twitter. You can the video even be edited so you can post it on Instagram and stuff like that. Let me know what you think. So it's uploading, guys. It's uploading. So I think we should be good now. It's uploading. It's uploading. So we should be good. We should be good. Hopefully this works. And if this works, it should show up right here. Okay. It should show the history of the video. Please drop it in the comments. Okay. If you have a better name for it. But the video is going to upload to Cloudflare R2 and Convex backend database that is going to be communicating between these different APIs as expected. Okay. Um, so yeah, so let's okay. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It's processing. That means the video was able to upload successfully. Okay. And once it's done processing, we should be able to play it back. Secondly, transcribe everything we said in the video. Give us suggestions for how we can use the same transcript and put our thoughts on social media. Basically, that is the application we are building. You know, um, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is a good? Do you think this is going to be a good application? And if you're new here, we're building 50 apps in 50 days. Okay, this is day one, and this is what we are building. Okay, um, um, Oh man, it's taking so long, but let's just wait. If you want to render content using, okay, so um, okay, let's just continue to wait and see what happens. But this is taking longer than um, okay, but I'm able to open. I'm able to open the video I just recorded, and I can play it back. So I'm look at that. This application where it's a video, it's a but it's still analyzing the transcript. So essentially, okay, you open it up, talk to it, tell your story. It's you know, basically say what you're thinking, say your thoughts, and AI works in the background to organize it for you in a way that is structured that you can post on Twitter. You can the video even be edited so you can post it on Instagram. But you know what we can do? Let me know what you think. So you know what we can do? We can go to the logs just to see what is going on. 550. Okay. Okay. So it looks like it's stuck in the AI analyzing phase. Okay. So it looks like one, what are we able to achieve? We're able to record. Okay. We're able to successfully record a video. It's able to upload it to our database systems. But I think where it's failing is actually communicating with Google Gemini to to properly transcribe the video. And I think I know the reason. Usually it's using the wrong model or something. So what I'm going to do is, um, it looks like we are able to record a video, um, and it looks like it uploads it successfully into the cloud. But the issue is Gemini. We may be using the wrong AI model. Can you use Google 3 sorry, can you use Google version 3? I think 3 just came out. But if it fails, can you fall back to maybe 2.5? Okay. And please do a bit of research to make sure we're doing this right. Okay, so I'm just gonna head continue. So it's telling me here that it failed. Okay, so there's an error message that we can actually copy. Okay. Um, okay, so this is a valid error message that we can copy and give it to Google Gemini. So I'm gonna say yes, proceed. I'm gonna paste this error. And you can give Google concurrent instructions. But look at it, guys. We are able to. So I'm building this application. Look at that, guys. We have achieved so much. Like in an hour and a half. You open it up, talk to it, tell your story. It's basically say what you're thinking, say your thoughts, and AI works in the background to organize it for you in a way that is structured that you can post on Twitter. You can the video even be edited so you can post it on Instagram and stuff like that. Let me know what you think. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We get it somewhere, guys. I think we are getting stuck in Google Gemini's ability. Actually, you know what? Let me open the simulator. Okay. So we can open this up and I can play it right here. This is what I was able to record so far. How are you liking the video, guys? Leave your comments in the comments. Yeah. Leave your comments in the comments, guys. How are you liking the video? And please, if you're new here, like the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Okay. Please give it a thumbs up. Okay, so we are able to record a video. It's able to upload it, but I think okay. So it says fixed. Now downloads video directly to R2 within the same action. No return value. Says to temporarily file. Upload to Gemini, then cleans up. Okay, so primary updated Gemini models 2.5 Flash, fallback 2.5 Pro. Okay. Okay. I would have wished for it to use Gemini 3 Pro, just because it's just better. But it looks like it did its research and it's using this. I'll look into this later. So I'm just gonna record another video. Okay. Um, what should I say, guys? What should I say? Um, what should I say? Let me see if I can flip this. So I'm building this application that is basically a video journal where you open the application. It has a camera where you can, record yourself speaking your thoughts, or you can even narrate a story. And behind the scene, AI will take that, transcribe it, and help you post it on social media. Even edit the video for you, help you post it on social media. There are a ton of features we want to add to this later. Okay, and then it's processing. So I'm going to open the simulator and go back to, okay. So it's processing. We're just going to wait and let it process. Uh, Um, so developing, app is on top, so you can do it, guys. Okay. So look at that. It's processing. All these apps are going to be uploaded to the App Store, by the way. So, um, so you can go and use them essentially, and I'll show you how you can upload the App Store as well. So you can upload your own, you know. Oh, and it failed again, guys. Uh, okay, so this time we have a nice error message, but we're able to record. Okay, so I can go back here, and we have a nice error message here. Um, okay, and I'm just gonna copy all the way from. Hmm, what should I copy? Okay, let me copy from here all the way here. Okay, so it looks like it's okay. So it looks like it's actually working. It was able to transcribe, but it's not able to, process it after it gets the data from Gemini. So that's essentially what is happening. So I'm just gonna go to Cloud Code and then paste this here. Okay, because it looks like Gemini is working now. It's able to retrieve, it's able to upload a video to Gemini, get a text transcription. But what is happening is that once the text comes back, the application has no idea what to do. It just gets stuck. Okay. So image generation doesn't support image gen. Okay, continue with our thumbnail. Ready format. Okay, so the ready format and then the image generation are the issues. And the image generation is just to, it's just to have a nice thumbnail. Okay, it's just to have a nice thumbnail for each what do you call it, video. That is essentially what that is. Um, but one thing I would have added was authentication. So if I want to make this accessible in the App Store, you would want to put a paywall and authentication behind the application so that people need to sign up before they use the application. And once they sign up, you are going to be paying some API costs as well, because this is going to be stored in Cloudflare R2. That is going to, cost some, it's going to cost some money. Okay, so it's been fixed. Okay, so now we can try this again. I'm just going to hit. So I'm trying this thing where we build in this application that basically it's a video journal. You open the application, record what you want to say, your thoughts, stories, and AI works behind the screen, takes your thoughts, structure them in a way that you can share on social media. And I'm hoping this goes viral, you know. Okay, so if you like this, please hit subscribe. Please hit the like button. All right, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to open up the simulator again. It's uploading, so hopefully this time a work T2.5 Flash doesn't support image run into It's now processing, as you can see here. So if we open up the logs, we can see what exactly is going. So it's waiting on Gemini to process try model 2.5 flash. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. So it's done now. Um, so see that it's able to transcribe exactly what we just said. So I'm trying to understand where we building this application that basically it's a video journal. You open the application, record what you want to say, your thoughts, stories, AI works. So this is what we just said in the video. But look at that. Twitter X, okay, excited to share a sneak peek of an AI powered journal. I'm building. Record your thoughts and stories, and AI will automatically. This is already great, and I can copy this and post it on my Twitter. Look at this, LinkedIn. But it looks like we have a bug. I cannot scroll. Um, okay, probably because. But guys, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. We've been able to do so much here. So the next step would be to upload this to Expo so we can, upload this to the App Store. So um, I'm just gonna say, can you prepare this so we can upload it to Expo? Actually, before you do that, let's create a GitHub. Let's upload this to our GitHub. And then right after that, let's upload this to Expo so we can eventually post this to the App Store. Okay, so how you liking the video, guys? We have covered so much. This is incredible. Like this is going to be so much useful for me because this is what I do. I um, this is what I do. Like I take the Apple Notes app and I just ramble my thoughts into the Notes app, and then take it to some sort of like Claude, and then help me brainstorm on how I can structure my thoughts, and even do some research, add those to it in a way that I can post them on social media. So after that, it gives me a draft that I can edit and then post these on social media. Um, and this is my workflow, and I'm like, damn, this could have been easier if there was a place I could just go journal, video journal, and the videos could live there. And in the future, I could build a feature into it where I can download those videos, or it could automatically add captions that I can post on social media. And get this, oh man, it's so much I'm thinking with this. I don't even want to reveal, um, you know, what's it saying? Okay, get commit. So it's now going to commit this to GitHub, and I think my GitHub is already logged in. As you know, I'm already logged in, so it's just sending it to GitHub. And then the next step is just going to prepare for. It's just going to prepare for. You know, it's just going to prepare for. Um, so yeah, guys, this is great. This is great, and we can delete this as well if we want to. Um, so now it's going to post this to Expo where we can upload it to the App Store, and this is a totally different. So this is it, guys. This is it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. This is it. I'm going to end the video right here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you you like this video. And this is day one of building 50 apps in 50 days. This is day one. We're going to build tomorrow. We're going to build a totally different application. If you have a suggestion for an app that you want to see built live, leave it in the comment section, and we are going to build it out live. We are going to learn together everything. So this is it, guys. Okay, so it's uploading this to Expo, and eventually I should be able to send this to an app store. But there's a lot of things I still want to do to this application, add some more features, and just make it a little bit better, like add authentication, add price, so people don't abuse it. So this is it. Hope you enjoy this. And if you're watching this later, leave me a thumbs up. This is it, guys. Um, till next time, guys. Bye bye.